Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about international travel with the Lap Toddler. What to pack, must-haves, and tips. Things that worked for me that made the ride a lot smoother. So let's get started. Okay guys, so to begin, I'm going to start off with what to pack, and in there I'm going to throw in those tips, things that really help me for my international travel and what I think could be very helpful to you. Okay guys, so my number one must-have is milk. As you know, with the toddler, they consume quite a bit of milk. Before I used to travel, it was so hard. I could never find it in the airports. I know my airport's a little smaller, so it's hard to find little bottles of milk. You can ask a restaurant, but it's such a hassle. I used to try to take it in cups, and then I was worried about it going bad, and it was just a big mess. So they would spill everywhere too. So then I discovered these little milk boxes, which is really awesome. There's different brands, different flavors, chocolate milk, strawberry milk. They come conveniently with a little straw. You can just put it in the little box and they can consume it that way. Or if you still have a child, a toddler that does take a bottle or a cup, you can just cut this open and pour it in there, which is really neat. They also come in almond milk, guys, so that's really neat too. Different flavors as well. This is a vanilla flavor. So this is one of my must-haves. It makes traveling so much easier. Tip number one, make sure to pack enough for your flight back. I kind of estimated how much I think he would have consumed on the way there, including layovers and any just hiccups. And then I packed the same amount in a ziplock bag in my check-in bag. And on my way back, I had these with me in my diaper bag. You are going to be traveling to another country, so just remember they might not offer these types of products. And milks are always taste different in every country. So I don't know if you want to really be fussing with trying to find something to fly back with. At least you'll know you have these in your bag, and these are an essential for your toddler. Tip number two, these are also really good for when you're traveling and you're doing your daily activities. Let's say you're going shopping, you're going to the zoo, throw one in these in your bag, in your backpack, or in your diaper bag. And just in case, once again, you don't find something somewhere, you can always have one in the bag to give to your child. Easy, no mess. Number two is snacks. Make sure you have plenty of them. Take all their favorite snacks in a big Ziploc bag. My son likes the little fruit snacks, the little blue packages. He likes fruit cups. He likes goldfish. He likes Pringles. Whatever it is that he likes or she likes, make sure to have plenty of those. Tip, you know what they love, so make sure to have plenty of them on the way back as well. So pre-pack some extra snacks for the flight on the way back. If you think your child is particular for certain things, that's just an easier way. You can definitely buy things once you're over there, wherever it is that you're traveling. But I know for a fact, if I know my son loves something particular, like for example, the little fruit snacks, the little gummies, obsessed with those things. And they help him to chew so his ears don't pop and get all ugly when he's on the flight. So those were must-haves. So I took a huge bag and he loved those things. Number three, guys, is my disposable placemats. I love these things. These are it right here. Let me do a little close-up. And they are actually sanitized too. They have a little sticky in the back that you can glue onto the table. See, it's these right here. My son does not like to leave his food in his plate, and he ends up just throwing everything on the table and eating off the table pretty much. And if you're traveling, you know very well it's very hard to try to keep everything sanitized as much as you want and do this and that. This is easy. You just stick it onto the table. He can eat or she can eat comfortably. This is definitely something really nice to have. So number four is your Diaper travel mat, which is this little bag here. They usually make it in a little bag. So you can open it up and have some wipes in it with some diapers in there as well. And it closes up right up again. Extremely convenient. I love this thing. One of my reasons why this is one of my must-haves. I never travel without it. It is great to use at airports to lay it down so you don't have to re-sanitize and everything every time. This is going to be pre-sanitized. You have this for the flight as well. You have just that board that comes out. This is really nice to lay him on or lay her on, sorry. And then also one thing you also must remember, you are going to be in another country. and a lot of countries don't have tables or areas to change a baby. So that was one of the things I had a lot of trouble in Europe, and there wasn't really any changing tables. So I had to, you know, find places to change them. Sometimes it was in the stroller itself, sometimes it was on a bench, anywhere in the car, and this is really convenient to have. So this is a must-have. Tip: make sure to take some extra diapers in your diaper bag or in your main backpack, so you can have to refill in case you need to during layovers or anything like that. Number 5 is extra outfits. There's always some type of leakage or spillage or something that happens, so it's always good to have some extra outfits for your child. Tip: inexpensive way of organizing Ziploc bags. I love this. This is how I put my outfits in my bag. You are going to be way too busy and too all over the place to be digging through looking for outfits. At least you have it organized with socks and everything, and it's really easy and an inexpensive way of organizing everything in your bag. 6, it's night routine, which also kind of doubles as a tip. This really worked out for me, so maybe this can work out for you. So what I ended up doing is I let my son run around the airport, get some energy out, and when we got onto the main big flight, the international flight, what I did is I made him feel like he was going to bed and doing a night routine. I couldn't bathe him, so what I did was I got a wipey and I wiped him off. I put on his little PJs to go to bed, put his little socks, had a bottle prepared ready for some milk. I had his little buddy. His name is Buddy, guys. He loves this little guy. He can't travel anywhere without him. And I put him to bed, and he assumed it was bedtime, and that really helped. So make sure to have all of their sleeping gear, anything that you do that would help them, buddies, little PJs, anything that would help them understand it's time for bed. So hopefully this will work for you too. Number 7 is the toughest of them all, is to find a way to be comfortable for yourself and for your toddler, for them laying on your lap for that long of a time. So this worked for me. Let me share with you. Pillow. Just take a pillow. That's one of the most comfortable things to do, because you can lay him on the armrest and you can move your arm and it's cushioned enough so they can lay their whole little bodies on you. And of course, to have a blanket. This is the blanket I have always had since he was born, and it's nice and quilted, so you know, the flights get really cold, so make sure to have that. And my Soli wrap, you can get any wrap. This just happens to be the one I use. I also have a review online on my channel, so check it out if you're interested in wraps. This is one of the best. So tip: I made a tent. Let me show you how I did. So what I did was I put the pillow on my legs, I put my Soli wrap on, and then I crisscrossed it, went underneath the pillow and crossed again on my body and tied it. That made a nice little cocoon, kind of little tent for him. So when he was laying inside with his bottle, he fell asleep, and I then stretched out the fabric to make him way more comfortable. As you can see, this is quite a bit of fabric on one end, so I did this twice. So it was a lot of fabric. You could cover him all the way towards where there was no light, or I left it a little open because I wanted him to get some type of air circulation in there. Number one reason why I loved this idea was because I was able to be hands-free. I can use my phone or whatever I wanted to do, even take a snooze, and I didn't fear that he was gonna fall or hurt himself because the tent was holding him in, and I can feel if he were to jug it because it was attached to my actual body. So I felt really safe with it. So this is what really worked for me, guys. And I know it's hard to travel with the toddler, and it hurts our arms and God, everything. So try this out. Number 8 is Benadryl and Tylenol. These were always on me. As you know, doctors, anytime your child has some type of an allergic reaction, their to-go is always Benadryl. You're traveling, you're in another country, you never know, they might touch something, eat something, maybe something is different in the ingredients. Just safer to just have Benadryl with you. Tylenol, always good for just any type of pain, aches, whatnot. So these are 2 must-haves on there as well. Number 9 is the Sarabee's Natural Sleeping Aid, which is melatonin for babies. I know some parents feel the type of way about what they give to their children. Completely understandable. There's no judgment here. This is what worked for me. You get to a point where a child cry so much on a flight, and you as a parent do everything you can for them. You try everything you can and it doesn't work, and you don't know if it's their ears are popping or their tummy's hurting or something's wrong. And some parents, their go-to is to give them Benadryl or Tylenol. Nothing wrong with that. I actually went to the doctor and I asked her for another option besides that, and she actually told me these. I personally take melatonin myself as an adult, and I've done a lot of research, and I know it's actually a natural supplement that we already have in our bodies, but this was the baby version, which is very low dosage on that. There's a lot of things out there on the internet. It's up to you what you want to believe, what you don't want to believe. I asked my doctor, and this is what I did and worked for me personally. It comes in a pill form and it comes in a gummies. I did the pill because I can control the dosage and maybe give him half or whatnot. I actually was very hesitant to use it. He started crying, started going crazy. My husband and I tried everything. I was in the restroom crying, hesitating if to give it to him or not. Finally, we decided to do it. We gave it to him, and he actually rested for a really big chunk of the flight. He was really comfortable. He wasn't even groggy when he woke up. He ate, he went back to sleep. It was honestly magical for me. I also used it for when we arrived because we had a 6-hour time change. His bedtime is 7 p.m. and it was really 1 a.m. So I gave it to him. I got him ready for bedtime at 7 p.m. their time. So he woke up normal time 6 a.m. and it actually worked out. I only did it once. That's all it needed for him to understand he's back to his normal time, but their time kind of thing, if that makes sense. Just so you guys know, you have to give it to them an hour before you want them to sleep. I didn't know that, so he still struggled for another hour before he was able to fall asleep. These really work for me. Like I said, this is optional, guys. No judgment on anyone that doesn't want to use them or does. This worked for me. I was looking for something that would work, and this did. Number 10 is an iPad with a cover. So make sure to take something that is durable, that can fall and won't damage. Because when you're traveling in general, things are dropping to the floor, and toddlers in general always throw things on the floor. So tip, make sure when you preload it with all your favorite movies, shows, or games that you don't need Wi-Fi, or that they don't expire, because some things in Netflix expire after a certain time, so you're not stuck on the flight with no entertainment. This is a really good one, guys. It really does help keep them entertained. Number 11 is travel stroller. I have my JB Pocket Plus stroller, and this is such a great travel stroller. I have my normal stroller too at home, my bigger size stroller, but for traveling, this has made my life so much easier. It's so nice when I traveled to Europe, so car trunks have very little space. This was great to put in there. It was great for normal day activities. It was great for the airport, through TSA, the whole thing. So I really love that stroller. I actually also have a review on it on my channel, so please check that out. This is optional, guys, but if you do want to travel and not deal with a lot of the fuss and the big and the bulky and sending and all that, JB Pocket Plus stroller is an awesome option. Number 12 is a bassinet option. This is for parents with smaller children, maybe even toddlers. Apparently this has been going on forever. I just found this out, but international flights actually offer bassinets for smaller children, up to 3 per flight, first come, first serve. We actually got it. They were kind of iffy when I asked about weight restrictions, and truly the one that makes the choice is the stewardess of the flight. So she put it on, we laid him on there, and pretty much he did not fit. If their legs bent, they do not fit properly and they're not allowed on it. But if you do have a smaller child, this is a really great option. You don't have to deal with ways of holding him and dealing with everything that we actually do have to right now until they get older, so enjoy. So that's a great option. Tip is definitely get the seating with the extra foot space, which you need to get anyway for the bassinet, because the bassinet is free, but you need to upgrade to those seats so you can hook it on. But if you can just get those seats, even though you don't use the bassinet, that's really helpful. It helps for them to have an area to stand up and run around and just stretch. And it helps you to stretch out your legs. It actually works really well. But if you don't, it's okay. You can still make it work with the regular seat. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please let me know if you have any questions or any comments. I will be listing everything that I spoke about today on the description below. Have a safe trip. Enjoy. Bye.